And we are live.
Yes.
Hey.
Good evening and welcome to Mountain Bears. I'm Aeson Knight, and of course, with me tonight is the Techy Joe. How are you, darlings?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Survived Christmas dinner.
Yes, we
Not
did. I didn't
exploded.
kill anybody, didn't poison
Didn't explode.
anybody. We
Yeah.
didn't even have any fights.
Didn't explode. That's my goal. That's my goal for every Christmas dinner. Do not explode.
I know. What I found interesting is we were doing the lovely, what I call, hey, Brenda, the British. We had a really British Christmas.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah. I didn't really think of it till we were in the middle of dinner, and I'm like, "Wow, this is a really British one." Hi, Sean, Shannon.
Shannon.
Swear I've been calling her Shauna for too long.
I swear you have half a bottle of wine and you just can't pronounce nothing.
Bo, I only had like a quarter, well, maybe a half a wine glass full.
Well, that's only if you count that as you filled it twice as full as it should have been.
Well, true.
Oh, goodness. But yes, happy holidays. It is Mountain Bears Christmas.
It is. It is.
Again, we point you to tree.
Yes, both of them. Lovely, lovely trees.
Read off your menu.
Well, this year for Christmas, I decided I was tired of the American ham and turkey. So we done a lovely pork roast with some beautiful cranberry sauce. And then we done some beautiful homemade rolls, some nice green beans, mashed potatoes with au jus sauce, stuffing, and sweet potatoes.
It was the bottle.
Yes, I put white wine in my roast, and I also had like that much white wine.
By that big around.
Yep.
Basically a kiddie pool with wine.
I did not. Now, the roast may have had about 2 cups in it, and I had probably a cup, so.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm teasing. He really did only have like half a glass of wine. And
yeah.
Yeah, about half a plate of food because, yeah, you and the wine just were like, no, we're good, man.
Yeah. Like, literally, but that's the thing with me. When I always have wine with dinner, I always eat less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, instead I was over here like, eating for 3. So,
And that happens, and you can eat for 4, honey. That's why I cook as much as I do.
No, if I eat for 4, I can't get through the door. That's how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not a cheap drunk. I wish. I'm the cheap drunk.
He is a cheap drunk. I am, however, not a cheap drunk.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not the cheap drunk. I'm the one that could probably kill the rest of that, but I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I tasted his wine briefly, and yeah, I'm like, no. We have to do a show.
And I'm like, and bring me the bottle. I'll do it on the show. We may do that for our New Year's Eve or New Year's Day coffee shop.
Oh, that could be a fun one. Oh my goodness. Oh, poor Amy. I know the pain. It's horrible. Oh, yes. No, I'm such a cheap drunk.
Yeah.
It's just sad. But it turns out that on
nothing anymore.
But it turns out on Blackberry Brandy, one of my sisters is also, it turns out, a cheap drunk.
Ah.
Yeah. Found that out over the holidays.
That's okay.
Yeah, she was sharing that one that, like, she had 1 glass and, like, 2 fingers worth, and
I don't know
sure how she was going to get home, and she was already in it. Like that's where she was.
Yeah, I feel sorry for her husband.
Oh.
But no, I think I've come to the decision I'm going to start having a little bit of drinking after, taking what, a year? What do we count up? A year, 2 years off?
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we were having to sit there and figure out the last time, like, you really drank. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't keep score.
Yeah, but I don't really drink I don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least here lately, I've had 2 years I've barely drank, and then I don't really drink when I do drink.
Well, and I can't.
No.
And I typically end up DDing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, yeah. So almost a year, basically.
Yeah.
Because it was New Year's Eve last year that you drank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, because we okay, the 2 years was the last time we
drank.
got drunk. Yeah.
Yep, and I got to hear lovely Tammy Wynette sing.
You know, the things you can get out of me for a bottle of wine.
Uh-huh.
You know. These things happen. These things happen.
They do. There's been some news today that I wasn't too happy about.
Oh?
Nashville.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's an ugly story. Speaking of things blowing up. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, no, not good. Not good at all.
No. So, yeah, that was an RV that blew up outside of, what, AT&T?
Well, it caused an AT&T explosion.
Okay.
Yeah, Nashville explosion causes AT&T outage and disturbs flights.
Well, it is Nashville.
And this was a weird one because I think they were meaning to destroy infrastructure because they're reporting that there was an announcement that there would be an explosion in 15 minutes to get out of the area.
Yeah. Well, the question then becomes, was that from the RV or was that like across the like business campus kind of situation in
Right.
which they received a bomb threat and then therefore
from from what's being reported, it came from the RV. The RV played a recorded warning before the explosion, police say.
okay.
Washington Post.
Well, and a very happy birthday to Amy.
Happy birthday, darling.
Yeah. Yay. So enjoy your wine.
Yes, hopefully it's a good one.
Absolutely.
But this
is wines for 364 days of the year. The good stuff's for your birthday.
Yep. Yeah, police were called there for shots fired. The recording in the evening did the warning, and I'm like, okay, this is new. So were they trying to affect communication? Hey, Ashley, darling.
Hi, Ashley. Okay. Okay, a recording in the RV. There we go. Sorry, I was Brenda corrected her sentence.
Yeah, well, I've read a typo.
It's Friday, y'all.
Yes. So my question, were they trying to disturb? Because here's the things. This is downtown Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically deserted.
Mm-hmm.
Were they trying to disturb the communications? Because it did disturb AT&T services and the flights in the area. And even put like their 911 center down. So are we disturbing communications or are we just committing suicide?
Well, that I don't know. But it is a crazy situation. It is a very odd time of year. And honestly, there's no way, like right now, to really be sure. That could go a lot of directions.
Right.
Like it could be a, draw attention to oneself. It's been a bad year. It's been a horrible holiday. and may have just been a poor parking decision.
Right. I don't think it was a poor parking decision. I think it was aimed.
Well, but then again, if you're driving around an RV, those can be hard to find places to park.
True.
Like, you got to have some room.
Yep.
And with the way this year has gone, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of people that haven't been, displaced from work and perhaps even forced to move into.
Well, see,
like, you lost the house, the only thing you got left is the RV from Grandpa.
Right.
Or however that worked out.
And I was like, not good for Christmas.
No.
Not good for Christmas.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so there were injuries, no deaths.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yes.
And, of course, we're having a lovely winter storm, and it's 9 current degrees.
Well, we should explain. Brenda brings up a good point. No one outside the RV was killed.
Right.
They're not sure about the RV and what it contained. So, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, not good. Still don't find this good. I think that this is really hot news as far as we don't have all the facts yet. We don't know who the RV belonged to. There's stories of windows being exploding. Of course, it did interfere with communications in Nashville and up into Kentucky when communications are highly important.
And especially right now in the midst of a pandemic, but also on Christmas.
Right.
Like, that's
everyone's calling, texting, chatting.
Yes. So, don't know what prompted it. Don't know what the intent was, but definitely made for a rough day in Nashville.
Right. Of course, ATF is on the case because that's their department. And, of course, President Trump-elect Biden, Acting Secretary of Homeland Security Wolf, and Acting Attorney General Rosenlein have been briefed on the incident. They're having to sweep the area. People were evacuated. They've set up temporary shelters because, again, all the windows were blown out of the buildings. I mean, that's accidental damage. When we normally look at bombings, we're talking about casualties. Now we're talking about building costs and infrastructure damage.
Yeah. Well, and it's not that those things don't occur in other situations as well. It's just typically that's kind of way down on the list. Like, the positive thing in this situation that you can say is we're already to the point of talking about the property damage.
Right.
Because if you look at something like the Oklahoma City bombing, like, there is plenty of property damage. But the actual harm to the people and all the daycare center that was at risk, and you start factoring all that in, it's like the property damage is the least of your concerns. It's like, who did this? What happened? Why? We need to know now. There are grieving families. There's lots of, harm and trauma. There's, way more. So on this one, the upside of the story is few enough people were harmed outside of potentially the person harming themselves that we can get very quickly to the words property damage.
Right. And see, what I'm wondering is, what is this connected to? Here's what, like, if you look at the Oklahoma City bombing, it was connected to the Waco incidents and Red Mountain. Where else is that?
Okay. Well, but again, it is 2020. People have suffered job losses and things like that. It could easily also be someone who was fired from a local business in the midst of all this.
Or just retire from AT&T.
Yeah.
I mean, because who would know that that's where their data hub is?
Mm-hmm.
Other than, I don't know where AT&T's data hubs are, or their towers, or anything else.
Yeah.
And just speculating, I wonder if it's connected to the 5G projects.
That's also a possibility. But again, there's also the possibility it was just an unfortunate place to park.
Right.
I mean, it seems like a stretch, but weirder things have happened.
Right.
I hate to call it a funny thing happened on the way to death, but a funny thing could have happened on the way to death.
Right.
Just wrong place, wrong time, wrong day, wrong everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so it went.
Right.
But then again, finding some of the places that AT&T is located, because like in the South they have I believe a fair number of call centers. I know one used to be right there in, I believe, Durham, North Carolina. It may be Raleigh, North Carolina.
Right.
And it's conspicuous. Like AT&T doesn't hide.
Right.
They're usually like, we are AT&T, big and bold on the side of the building. They like that. Like, if they're going to buy real estate, they're going to, use it. Billboard. And not politely. Like, right. It's not like subtle, it's not, it's not like a subtle amount of like, hi, we're here. It's like, Vegas show lights.
Right.
That's what they do. So yeah, that's kind of the thing with AT&T though. They've been kind of gaudy for a while now, and they haven't minded.
But no, it's just weird. Of course, we will probably follow up as we get more details on this story. But let's move on to another story that just ignites me.
Okay.
It's in private chat.
Oh.
You brought it to my attention.
Oh. Hold on. I gotta get... It's hard to keep up. Oh, yeah. So this one started last week. That it's been kind of a thing. So yes, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, a couple wanted to book a venue for their wedding. Some of you are jumping ahead, and you are absolutely right. But yeah, it was. Sorry, having a moment here. My ad blocker is working beautifully. Let's see. There we go. Now I should be able to get there. And happy days are here again. So Brianna May and Casey Mayfield wanted to have their wedding at the Warehouse on Ivy, which is a retail. Well, it's a rental space that is used for weddings, corporate functions, all kinds of things. So, they send this nice little message to the, property management and go, we are considering October, November of 2022. No particular Saturday in mind. We are estimating about 100 guests, max 150, but that mostly is going to be depend on venue. The other bride's name is Brianna May. So this is where they are in this conversation. They're talking dates and happen to, drop the name, and the penny drops. So the property manager responds with, as we would love to have you at our venue, unfortunately, we do not host same-sex marriage ceremonies. We do appreciate you considering us. Thanks. And that's it. That's where the owner thought this would stop.
Well, I think that's where, when they shared it on Facebook, I think that's where they thought it would stop too.
Well, and I think it was more so just the frustration of because literally what they posted wasn't like some big long form attack. It wasn't that. It was so simple. All they said was, if one half of this couple got upset and said, if you're wondering how wedding planning is going, thanks so much to the warehouse on Ivy for letting us know we're not welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So, I understand that frustration.
Right.
I really do. Like, I can totally get behind, like, in frustration, posting that, and then it is a massive thing. It
Right.
is quickly gone viral. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, always fun. This is the joy of Masterpiece.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then, then NBC News picked it up after 1,400 shares, and in an email exchange with the said email account, the venue didn't tell May and Mayfield why it didn't host same-sex marriage ceremonies. However, an email exchange with NBC News with the same account from Daniel Stanley confirmed the couple's attempts surrounding the decision. We will allow anyone of any color, race, religion, or belief to use the venue at any given time, the email stated. Although we love and respect everyone in our community, their own decision-making and beliefs, we strongly believe in Christian values.
Yeah. 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 Again, Mystic Cake Shop. All over again.
Well, it's more than just all over again.
Yeah.
I'm really getting tired because, Christian religion, I have respect for it. I'm getting tired of bad actors in it.
Well, moreover, that this is a business in business, not to, provide the ceremony. Like,
Right.
at no point are they being asked to officiate this wedding. They're only being asked for their space.
Right.
Same as Masterpiece Cake Shop was only asked to make a cake.
Mm-hmm.
It's standard business function. That's
Right.
it. That's all there is to it. Provide the normal function you provide to anyone else.
Right. But what I'm getting at is they claim Christian values, but it's actually discrimination.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is, but unfortunately, it's legal discrimination.
Yes.
I mean, that's where Masterpiece comes in, is that made it very much legal discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a protected class, and, have fun with that.
Right.
This is what it looks like.
Right.
I guess the only positive in this situation is at least finding out well and truly before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but not for the one comment. They may have thought that they had a booked location, everything was going according to plan, and then they show up for, like, to make a deposit, or they show up to, start prepping the space, and the penny drops, and suddenly this could have been mere, days or hours before the wedding is set to take place.
Right.
At which point, what do? Like, call Chuck E. Cheese and be like, hi, can I rent your venue out for, I don't know, today?
Right.
Well, I mean, there's like,
what gets me is if they, do they ban shrimp from their venue? Do they ban seafood? Do they ban mixed fabrics? Do they make people separate into, men on one side, women on the other? If you're going to state this, you should have to hold to it.
Basically. Well, moreover, it's a crappy cop-out for not dealing with people you don't like, and the ability to use what power you have as a landowner, someone who rents a space, to dump on other people.
Right. And, this is something that I think that they should have to display on their websites in their contracts so that we know before we even book, nope, this ain't a place where we want to spend our money. And also so that other couples know, no, that maybe, my brother's gay. Nope, not going to spend my money at your venue.
Well, but I think a lot of it comes down to is in the reverse of that. Is that's exactly why you don't want to post it. In addition to walking yourself into potential litigation, that handling it one by one, maybe you can, put that off for a while. But if you go prominently displaying, hey, we're going to discriminate against you.
Right.
Then you may inadvertently invite.
Yeah.
Because North Carolina is not new to discriminatory actions, even though legal, discriminatory actions and signage, essentially provoking. Woolworth counter demonstration, big part of downtown Greensboro history. There was a whole museum. There's a whole thing. Effectively, just in addition to having the policy, there was also the display of signs. Granted, that's a different time period in our history, and those signs were very, very common, much like this activity is very, very common. Discriminating against same-sex couples for any number of wedding-related items.
Right.
From venue to cake to whatever.
Right.
So no, I think if anything, there has been the learning of if we actively display this, we're just going to invite problems.
Right.
So let it just be the secret thing. So that if a woman calls or if a man calls and they inadvertently drop out the name of their same-sex partner, I think normally what would happen is it would be oh, I'm sorry, we're booked for that day.
All right.
So sorry, you're going to have to find a different venue. We're all booked up. Because the housing industry has been dealing with this for decades, and there were some really, I'm trying to think back. It's been a while. I think it was a public service announcement advertising in which they did it was actually part of a study in which they made calls with names and voices that may have given away ethnicity or perhaps religious affiliation in relationship to, say, being Jewish, like Rosenstein or things like that. And there was a problem with rentals. In that there were companies that if they heard certain names, if they heard certain types of speech, would make automatic assumptions about the potential candidate. And even though they were running an ad, even though they're looking for people to rent this space, they would immediately tell those people no.
Right.
Nope, sorry, we're all full. Nope, sorry, vacancy filled.
Right. Yeah, but we're still seeing that. We're still seeing these issues. We're going to see these issues. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded. I personally would prefer, it's kind of like when we go to Princeton. I look very carefully at the businesses, especially small businesses that we're dealing with. If they've got that whole "in God we trust" over top of their thing, I'm just like, no, let's go to Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah. That's unfortunately where it's at. But then you've got to realize that that's actually you run into that at courthouses, in a lot of small towns, especially some cities. You're going to see "In God We Trust" on the back of every fire truck, ambulance, police car that you can come across.
Right.
In addition to personal vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it really does kind of leave people with the, am I welcome here?
Right. And it's not. That's why when we're looking at places in Beltane, I don't even look in Princeton. It's like, nope. Pipeston's beautiful, won't deal with them.
Well, Princeton doesn't actually have a lot of venues that would be all that great. Probably no. Sorry, I just ran back through that in my mind. Not a chance.
Right.
There really aren't any venues.
Yeah.
Like even the city park is literally built on a hill.
Yeah.
Like it just corkscrews up and then drops right back down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a full corkscrew, but it's up and back down.
Right.
It's kind
but,
of
we've ran into that before. People not returning calls. Granted, we're glad they didn't return calls this year. We'll see what they do next year. But, we have these issues. We have these little things go on just on the intermingling side of it. Then we add in the other side of, same-sex situations, and it would just be easier.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be discriminatory, make it open.
Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, though, it's kind of I want to get as much money from as many people as I can while being privately discriminatory.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you go open with it,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to potentially have a lot of people on your attack, as well as a lot of people that just aren't going to deal with your business.
Right.
That while your discriminatory policy may not directly apply to them,
right?
Like your example with the opposite sex couple, but hey, my brother's gay, I'm not going to spend my money with you because until he could have a ceremony here too.
Right.
Perfectly understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately,
right.
No, most businesses don't want to go there.
Right.
Again, they've seen what's happened to other businesses that have, ended up much like this venue now is under public scrutiny. That, quite frankly, you're welcome to have that opinion personally. But with a public business, no, you're going to get a lot of crap for that.
All right.
Just point blank. And hello, Mika, and a very Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Mika.
And Ashley makes the very good point of money has no way to tell what you are or do or don't do with your life. And if they're paying, it should be of no concern to them what people are or what people do. So, yeah, apparently Puppy needs to go out.
Of course, it's mid-show. He's made this a habit, everyone.
Yes.
Go play in the snow, see if their truck's there. Weirdest dog on the planet.
Well, he likes his snow. We're pretty sure he is like fostering a bunny or something. We have no idea.
I don't know. He goes out about every 4 hours when it snows.
Yes.
Yeah. But, and that's the whole point, is being able to make decisions on your money. It's like I don't like Walmart's label policy, so we've stopped grocery shopping there.
Okay.
We used to do Walmart all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that has had to do with COVID, but even before that, it was kind of turning into a situation of, wait, why are we spending money here?
Yeah.
Because honestly, it's not working all that great out.
Yeah.
Yes, he is probably fostering a bunny. It seems like every winter he has to find an animal to like, he will stop, like, he will go so far as like he will carry food out of the house in his mouth to feed other animals. Like, it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, it's like, okay. Like, you already have a pet cat. This is the dog I'm talking about. You already have a pet cat. You do not need a pet bunny or a pet possum or a pet anything else. Like, you're done. I know, he's so sweet. Like, you can't really get mad at him. It's just like someone's got to be the asshole and tell him no more pets.
Oh, very much so. When 110 was being raised up, because she was born in the house here, so he would carry her around, and he still plays with her.
Oh no! What has YouTube shown you recently? I mean, that could be anything. But no, it's actually surprisingly not uncommon that some pets are like geared towards being parental pets, or fostering, and yeah. Oh, raccoons aren't so bad. Right. The raccoons are odd. They're a little like they always catch you at a wrong moment. Like they either you lift the lid on the trash can, there's one there. Like they try to knock, like you see a group of them working to knock over a trash can that's made of concrete. That's a little like no. Oh, the little feral kitties.
Right.
Yes. Well, and that is the other part of Vlad. He is technically a farm animal breed.
Right.
So he is meant for, herding. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can understand that, actually, especially in Greensboro, because Greensboro is where where I ran into the raccoons.
Right.
That in concert, 3 of them working together knocked over a concrete trash can. And I'm just still in awe. Like, I can't even get mad at that. It's like, good job.
Right.
Like, stay away from me, but good job. Like, what else do you do? Aw, Brenda has an Australian Shepherd with some Husky.
Aw. I like the Australian Shepherds. They're very good dogs. I've been partial to my collies. This is my second. This is my first border collie. I prefer Aeson.
Aw.
Yeah.
Wonder if they'll get to hear him knock this episode.
Possibly.
Yes, our dog is so polite, he knocks on the door. We wish we were kidding. Like he starts out politely knocking, and then it becomes cop knocking. Like, you will think we're being raided sometimes. It's like, what the heck? Oh, Vlad's outside.
Yeah.
It's like he's grown impatient.
Yeah. Or he's had it.
Well, yeah. Well, because he starts with like, hi, I would like to tell you about God and Jesus. And he ends with search warrant. Like, open up. Yeah. It makes life with him fun. That's all I can say. It does make life fun.
It's one of the best trained tricks he's learned. Other than now, if I could get him to learn to shut the door when he goes out, that would be great.
Yeah, because he has figured out how to open the door. Like, if we don't throw the deadbolt, he can get out. He just won't close the door behind himself. Oh no. So Brenda had something slammed her outside door earlier like a fist, but nothing anywhere. And absolutely hates whatever it does that. No, I can understand. Excuse me, guys. We have a front storm door that if you're not very, very careful, you can basically close it without getting it latched. And because of where it's at, it can do a full 180. Right. So it'll go from here to there. And when that hits the side of the house, it will about drop you through the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's like, what? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, we understand. We really do. We have to be very careful with that door. And actually, at this time of year, we just have it propped open.
Yeah.
Because the frame flexes and it really gets harder to close.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh wow, all locked up tight. I checked it and checked for footprints or people nearby. Huh.
Yeah. Interesting.
Any chance, strange question, I know, any chance do you have pine trees or what is it, oaks that drop acorns?
Yeah.
Yes. That would be like my first thought. Because I know pine cones and acorns can both, like, when they hit houses, it's surprising how loud they can be. It really is creepy. Of course, now the biggest thing we had at the house in Princeton years ago, you missed it. My grandparents used to have an air conditioner that vented out to the garage,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a metal pan under it so that it wouldn't drip on the car because, of course, you know. Uh, but this metal pan, every winter, there would be a point in which the temperature would change just enough. That pan would pop because the metal would bend. And yeah, that one you could hear all the way through the house. Oh, I got nothing for you then, Brenda. I got nothing.
Former visiting.
Get out. That's my house. Let me in.
Mm-hmm.
I have groceries. There's melting ice cream. Oh, yeah. Well, especially out in their garage when that metal flexed, because, big hollow space, it amplifies it. It
Mm-hmm.
was, it was as bad as the metal roof on that house. We never could figure out what it was, and maybe it just was squirrels on the roof. But it would sometimes sound like there was like an entire like squirrel soccer team having a soccer match up there. We never could quite get that. There we go. And a Merry Christmas to Gwen. Love to all as well.
Yes, love to all. Merry
That's right.
Christmas. Oh, so if you wanted to, other news, apparently Donald Trump is using his magic pen to free his cronies.
Yep. Lots of pardons.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to pose a question to everyone. So, what did you most want for Christmas this year, and did you get it? So, while we're talking, you guys answer that. So yeah, so and I am sure that the people that Donald Trump pardoned did basically get everything they wanted for Christmas. Let them
Yep.
out.
Yeah, 90 people.
He has been busy.
Well, I guess he's signed them in between his, golf strokes.
Well,
Michael Flynn, Peter Manafort, George
basically
Delonte.
anyone who didn't testify against him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Stone, Dan Levine, Duncan Hunter, Chris Collins, Steve Schockman, Phil Leeway, the Blackwater person who killed over 12 dozen people in Iraq.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, they just went and shot citizens completely out of the place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, huh? No, these aren't good for relations.
There you go. No, it was a lot of pardons. It's a lot of like the irony point has been made that someone who was sent to drain the swamp is now pardoning the swamp,
Mm-hmm.
and in some cases brought them with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, ooh. All right, we're starting to see some trickle in answers. Come on, the rest of y'all. What'd you most want for Christmas, and did you get it? Because I already know your answer. You got exactly what you wanted.
Yes.
Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think of all these pardons?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the comment made that, and I agree with it. Is that we need pardon reform? To which someone replied, no, we need to use this as a case example of why you don't vote for Trump, or anyone like him. Because a lot of presidential pardon power is vested in the idea that a president will make good choices.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, ultimately the biggest problem is, like pardon is supposed to be used for, a miscarriage of justice, an extremity of sentence, compared to actual, crime. It's frequently used for situations in which, yeah, 50 years ago, we thought it was a good idea to lock someone up for life for like marijuana possession. Now it's just kind of like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
That's a good use of presidential pardon.
Right.
This is more so kind of an incentivized lie for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I'll release you, with a stroke of a pen.
Right. But here's the bigger question. Do you think that he'll issue himself and his children pardons as he exits the office?
Ah, yes.
That'll be more interesting to see. So Aeson got exactly what he's wanted for about 5 years now.
Mm-hmm. A deluxe body bag.
AKA a lovely house robe that goes to the floor. I don't know when people thought or got into the idea that robes should hit mid-calf. That does nothing for you.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So
But
I got a nice big fluffy robe.
Yes, and I'm calling it the deluxe body bag because it's hooded, and the hood comes over, literally will go over his head entirely, like down to chest level, and it goes to the floor. Like it's basically a deluxe body bag. Like,
completely wrap me up, and I can just sit there and enjoy my coffee and dare anyone to bother me.
I mean, if you like it better, we can call it the deluxe shroud.
That works.
But yes.
And I got Happy Planner stickers and a sausage fest.
Yes, I got you a sausage fest. Tell them about it.
It's this cute little like gift set thing that, when you're younger, you're like, why? Now it's like, ooh, that'll be lovely around 3 a.m.
Well, no, but it was a sausage fest. It's a, revisit of a play on words. Like, I couldn't resist.
I know.
See, Ben's Phoenix is with me. He is with me.
Yeah.
So yes. So Gwen got towels, washcloths, and cookware.
Daughter after my own heart.
There you go. We understand that. We are in the process of replacing towels and washcloths ourselves. That has been a chore and a half, really.
Yeah.
Trying to get there. So yeah.
Yeah.
No rings or a car. We didn't get a ring or a car. Um, so yes. Well, Minka got what she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, but did get her brother to come over and do some things around the house for her.
That's
That is awesome. That is a Christmas gift after my own heart. That is very sweet. Phoenix got a singing bowl, a bigger one. Knives, a book of wisdom. Dudism and socks, and a lovely toolbox. Aw.
Yep.
None wanted, but all appreciated. There you go. Ashley got a baby eviction.
Yep.
And a Merry Christmas to all. And I bet more importantly, you didn't have to return the, baby's first Christmas ornament, did you? Because I feel like there was one sitting on a shelf. I'm not being psychic. I'm just saying you were having a child near Christmas. You went ahead and bought the ornament, didn't you? I bet she bought the ornament.
Possibly not.
It's okay. Everyone does. So Minka does have a question.
Right.
Yeah. Let me know when you're ready.
Let's go.
Alrighty. 22082. My brother wants to know if his girlfriend Stacy ever cheated on him.
No, but by golly, she got temper and having on what he done lately, but she ain't happy.
Alrighty. Well, and Ashley points out, no on the Christmas ornament, but yes on a lot of Christmas sleepers. I get you there. It's just a thing. I've known a few women when they're pregnant, or known a few women who have been pregnant. There's this nesting thing that happens, and the hormones kick in, and no one wants to argue with you, ever.
Well, isn't one of your Christmas or one of your family's baby first Christmases the date is the year is changed?
No, that's not me. That is one of our listeners, isn't it?
I just remember the story. It is one of our listeners.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Emily comment?
It may have been an Emily comment.
Yeah, I think it's someone in her family.
Yep.
They kept the ornament and they just scratched the date out and just fixed it.
Yeah. Well, when looking at things.
Ooh, that's sounding like a fun tree.
Right.
We'll get to that in a second. But that's a very important comment from Phoenix, feeling very disconnected spiritually.
Well, and it happens. We've had a hard year, guys. This has been very much to the dark shadow. We're disconnected from community. It's very much hermitage. And sometimes it gets very disconnected when you feel isolated in your community. That's why we see so much blending of communities and needing to find interlinkage.
Well, and humans are social animals.
Yes.
It's been a bad year to be social, because if you haven't noticed, social distancing. We actually this year managed to make Merry Zoommas a thing.
Hey.
And a legitimate one. Very legitimate one.
Very legitimate.
We have not had, other than this, we have not had a seance, a modern one.
Speak for yourself.
There, can you hear me? We can't see you.
Again, speak for yourself. Seances are easy to do. People make them out to be more than they are.
No, I mean a Zoom seance.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. We normally have good Zoom calls.
We do, we do. Like, the most we ever get is we can't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Make a noise if you're there. It hasn't been a full year of that.
Yep.
Like, no one's good with the mute unmute situation.
Right. But
Like,
this is,
across the board, no one is good at this.
right.
Oh, yes. I'm actually familiar with that.
Yes, it is. It's actually quite common. Read the comment.
Okay, do you know anything about a baby being born in the amniotic sac having to do something with having a veil towel over them? Supposedly it's something spiritual. My mother-in-law told her about it because a baby guest was born and his sac broke as he came out.
Mm-hmm. It's said. When I say it's said, that means it's folklore. We don't have evidential proof of it. But a baby born with a veil over their face, i.e., the embryo sac or the water sac, depending on how it is, that they will have the gift of mediumship and possibly the gift of clairvoyancy. The other side of that is you want to get their eyes checked because they are known to have eye problems.
All right, and Devin has a question, and while you're getting ready for that, I want to read Gwen's comment. Her favorite Zoom call blooper was someone ordering lunch. I think our favorite Zoom meeting blooper, or well, it was a blooper basically. We kept having every time he was teaching a class on a Saturday this summer. Or no, those were Sundays.
Sundays.
So yeah, sorry. All of his Sunday classes were, which is once a month. That's when our lawn guys would show up mid-class and hit the doorbell. And it's like, no! It's like, oh my goodness. Like, please don't. Oh, please don't. But yes, so Devin's question in birthday 3/16/78, is my new relationship going anywhere?
Take a look here, darling. Yeah, I was getting ready to go through some massive changes to be more connective. So yeah, your new relationship is going forward, but I feel like it's going to be a different style. It's going to be a different taste of a relationship. It may even feel like it's not even a relationship at times, and that's because it's a different than what you're used to. Okay.
Alrighty. So yeah.
Yeah.
But no, and we forgot to go back on one. So Ashley did a whole new setup this year for Christmas. And his sister got her angel wings on the tree, but the rest of the tribe needs personalized ornaments.
Ah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, someone spent a lot of time. Now, please tell me you didn't go Hallmarking. Like, if you'll notice, I get a nervous tick every time I talk about Hallmark ornament premiere. Like, I used to work at Hallmark. I've been through one ornament premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Never again. Like, no, not doing it. Like, no. Don't get there. I'm just going to tell y'all now, don't get there. Like, or if you do, more importantly, please realize there are two things about Hallmark Ornament Premiere, which occurs in July, that you need to know.
Right.
There are limited ornaments and there are capped ornaments. Limited ornaments means there are only X in the production run. That's it. There are only that many ornaments. Then there are capped ornaments, which is each store may only get one or two. They are also a limited run, but they are so limited, each store may only get a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So when you show up and you have planned an entire tree out of Hallmark ornaments, and you want to cover every branch in like this year's Disney ornament, no.
Right.
But don't scream at the peoples.
Yeah.
Don't scream at the peoples. I'm not ruining your life. And just as a side note, if you are going to go through that, leaving your physical credit card with your order form does not guarantee nothing.
It's just easier ordering straight from Hallmark.
Well, that's an option too.
Yes, or
but no, we actually had someone leave their credit card with her order form.
Well, that's how much
I'll pick it up when I pick up my order. Do I now?
That's how much planning she put into that tray.
I know. Well, like, and the fact that she just had a credit card in her wallet that she could be like, here. And like her order was like 5 significant digits of Hallmark. Like she had an entire like tree of one ornament for one room and another room that was going to be all these collection ornaments. I'm just sitting here going, I want to be on your like Christmas gift list. Like I cannot imagine this is a bad Christmas gift if you're spending that on the tree.
We do that too, Ashley. We do the colors, not themes, because you know we both have ornaments that we've collected over the years from this, you know, family, that family.
Ooh,
Mika looking to start some heat here, aren't you?
Or thinks you already know the answer. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Christmas drama is a coming. 22082. Has my brother ever cheated on Stacy at the hotel last week or at the hotel period? There we go.
Oh, we got a spammer.
Oh no, we're not buying followers.
Yep. We're too poor and we've got too good of a following to go buy ones.
I know. They would suck.
And apparently I can't block on Twitch.
What?
I know.
Oh,
Mika,
well.
you know he did. You know who he was talking to. She's the same drama that's been around multiple couple of times here. And it'd be like, don't go there.
I'm sorry, was that a yes?
Yes.
Ooh. So there was about to be a throwdown, I think.
Mm-hmm.
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 And she knows. But again, she's already mad at him about something else he done.
Ah.
Yep. So, let's see. What else do we want to talk about tonight? Since this is 2020's last Mountain Bears.
It is. Not the last coffee shop. That comes up next week.
Yeah.
I know, right? That's where I was at. Devin's like, damn. And I'm like, yeah, I'm there. I'm like, ooh. Calling him out. Calling him out.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I should have dropped my infamous line of, and for $400, we won't even tell her you cheated.
I won't tell her. I don't even know Stacy.
Sorry, I get bored when I have to work events, so I make my own fun. So people come looking for their wife, and their wife is back there at the table, and I'm like, and for $400, I can drop him a signal, and she won't ever find out you cheated on her. I think I almost got $400 one night off of that.
Yes, we will be streaming New Year's Day.
Yeah, not New Year's Eve, because that's the Thursday before. Yeah. So, but no, we will be here New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
We work holidays. What can we say?
I do think that it's good that Pope, which one is it? Saint Benedict Francis has stepped up and urged everyone today. The coronavirus, he's acting like a real leader. The Queen has stepped it up.
Absolutely. Like the rest of the world seems to get it.
Yeah.
And we're sitting over here like debating over $600 one-time stimulus checks.
Oh, go for it.
What?
Dig into that one, because you had a good little rope into that. Because you know.
Well, here's my theory on this: is as you're evaluating the Trump statements there on the $2,000 and cut all this extra spending, just realize that's a really ugly Pandora's box of a carrot to dangle. Because ultimately that puts Democrats and Republicans in an ideological war. Because, and we've seen that play out. Now, I do have to say, I was kind of ticked when Nancy Pelosi first wanted to go back to the table over the checks.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like how she went about it as a totally separate issue. Totally separate. Like, we are not redebating this. We're just talking about the checks.
Right.
And the amount on the checks. Props on that one. But what that could have easily turned into is all of this goes back to the drawing board and there's nothing. No. Basically, could we get a $600 Walmart gift card? Just send that out. Like, I'm pretty sure Walmart could handle it. And, if you could get the stores involved, I'm sure they have enough for everyone already sitting in a box in each store. I mean, come on. Like, how often does Walmart change that damn design? Like, and I'll take a Valentine's card. I will take a Christmas card after Christmas. Like, I don't care. I'm with Phoenix here.
I'm kind of glad. That's one thing I didn't get this year.
Not a single Walmart card?
Not a single gift card.
Oh, well, I did get a gift card.
I know you did.
Well, and it's a standing tradition.
Yeah.
Like, I get a gift card every year. Know that one's I always get it.
Yeah.
But now we'll say though, I am in my life down to one gift card.
Yeah.
At one point it was like 3 different gift cards. I had a client that did a gift card every year. I have, when I was volunteering at the hospital, we had the joy of actually 2 gift cards each year for a Christmas. It depended upon when they got them set out. It was either for a Thanksgiving turkey or a Christmas ham. Like, how well did HR do this year? Mm-hmm. So one for my grandmother, of course, and then one for me. And and it was to one of the local stores and it was like a ridiculous amount. It was like $10. Mm-hmm. It was like, where y'all been? That ain't gonna buy a turkey.
It depends on where you shop. We paid $8.75 for our Thanksgiving turkey. Thank you very much.
Well, that's true. That's true. Oh, and Phoenix got a 25 gift card from Amazon. Rock on, rock on.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a question.
Oh, we have a question.
Ashley.
Oh. Ashley 82696. Will the relationship with my father improve?
Let's take a look here. Yeah, but I think you two have to learn to accept each other for who you are. And once you do that, then I feel like the relationship improves. I'd say it's going to take about a couple years. And I think it's one of those where you just kind of have to look at each other and go, yep, you're a super mom. You do all this. You're all stressed all the time. You're high strung. I'm a tired man. I'm a little older. I'm a little more aggravated. I ain't got the piss and vinegar I used to. And once you stop trying to live up to Hallmark symbolisms, I think the relationship will improve greatly.
There we go. Well, I'm now worried. We haven't heard one more word from Mika since you answered her question. Like, do we need to get the Christmas card list out and send an answer? No, I'm just want to make sure that her brother's okay. It's Christmas. Like, if we got to send an ambulance, we'll send an ambulance.
Yeah,
It's
we'll see
Christmas.
where
We
that.
don't carry bodies on Christmas.
Right,
Call us tomorrow.
right.
You know.
All right. So, let's see. We were talking about gift cards. I always get annoyed with them because then I have to go shop. I'd rather you give me money. If you're going to be that way, just save your extra things and get it there.
Okay, Brenda's on. Says she's on the phone. Gotcha. All right.
Y'all guys know you ask questions like that, you're going to get it handed to you.
I'm just making sure she wasn't killing her brother on Christmas. Like, dang. Like, I got sisters.
Wow.
Like, this is nice most of the time, but every once in a while, it's like I'm going home in a body bag. That's what I'm doing. Yep. Yep. I know, right? I'm sure she's fine.
I hope. I just gave her the information as it's shown it. Anyhow.
But yes.
But yeah. So, so next Psychic Coffee Shop, I'm going to be doing my 2020 predictions. And we'll be looking
really?
at
Your 2020 predictions?
Huh? 2021 prediction.
I'm like, honey, I think at this point it's called your 2020 review.
And we'll be doing that too. See, she was talking to her brother.
Oh, apparently there is so much going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think she is beating his ass. That's what's going on. Like, what you doing? I'm just saying. I've got sisters. I know how this could go down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, not the face. Not the face.
Well, I answered what I got for Christmas. What did you get that you enjoyed for Christmas?
I do, like, I got all kinds of cool stuff. I got some clothes, which were much needed because I've been fluctuating sizes and I hit in between on my closet. So everything had gotten either too big or too small. So yay, clothes. I can now leave the house and not get arrested for indecency. And yes, got some cricket supplies. A twin pack of Andy's mints.
Uh-huh.
Always important. Peppermint bark and traditional. Gotta love it, gotta love it, gotta love it.
So what was your favorite?
Favorite? I think I really like this the jeans, the flex fit jeans, I think may be my favorite.
Cool.
Like, that one may go down as an awesome one because I've been hating jeans for the last while.
Right.
Like, I'm again, because I'm on either side of my closet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's either I put on jeans and, okay, let me, like, pull a belt like I'm trying to close a sack of flour, like, in hopes they won't slide off because they're too big and they want to fall down. Or I'm in the other direction in which I don't need a belt, no point in a belt. I do, however, feel like, I'm a part of a Vegas show and I'm being cut in half. So, I would like to have something that moves with me. Mm-hmm. That would be nice. That would be really, really nice. So yeah, the jeans are awesome.
And Devin got artwork and tarot decks from her children. Cool kid.
Come on. Cricket is worth it. I'm gonna do a little name drop here, and hopefully I get it right. Tyler Bell. He is a big name in the cricket world. In the his channel is called Makers Gotta Make. Definitely go check him out. He is really super fun. He has a lot of great tips and advice. Do be careful with his live streams. They're more promotional. Like, it's kind of like a telethon. But a lot of his actual DIY instructions are really, really, really good. If you did have to suffer through one of his live streams, I think the best one is things he wish he knew before he bought his Cricut, and those are all like all the tips he makes are very important. Because there are some things that you do like. It is really easy on the Cricut side to get like super sucked in to like everything's Cricut, you know, like just like it wants to create its own ecosystem. It has its own vinyl, it has its own cardstock, it has its own pens, it has its own like all kinds of things.
Right.
With that said, you don't actually have to use those, and there are products outside the Cricut sphere that are better. Like Cricut sells like its own like iron-on vinyl transfer units is what they're called. It's basically it's like a waffle iron of heat for doing heat transfers. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, you can end up spending a lot of money because a lot of the Cricut branded stuff is really expensive. And you can also have a lot of frustration because there are some Cricut items that not quite worth it.
The other tip I have is wait until Joann's, because they have once a month Cricut stuff goes on sale.
Yep. It is a never-ending sale on Cricut stuff, even including the machines.
Yes.
Yeah, like you'll like it's every month. Like it stops and starts, but I mean it's like once a month. There's usually a great big sale.
Right.
So they'll take at least like 30, 40 bucks off the machine. They'll take a few bucks. Sorry, guys. Wind is picking up apparently. So it's setting off our doorbell. But no, it'll take a fair amount off of the machine. Because like the Cricut Explorer Air and the Cricut Maker are the two big machines. And the biggest question you have to ask yourself, do you want to use it to cut fabric? Because that's the biggest difference. Now, there's some subtle differences in other things you can and can't do between the Maker and the Explorer Air. But the Maker is a good bit more expensive. And its biggest is you can upload fabric patterns, and it will cut fabric for you. Which like the masks back, at the beginning of the year. One of the first things that went out on Cricut when everyone was looking to make masks was a pattern for masks. It would pre-cut your fabric, everything you needed. It had a total instructional. Like all you had to do was sew it all together.
Yeah, and it's not the first week. It is. Yeah, it is.
Oh, have you made notes on when the Cricut sales are?
Yes, it is the last week of the month. This is the Cricut sale.
Okay, so it looks like either next week.
This week.
No.
Yes, the Doorbuster sale in this thing is from January 14th and to January 14th to 15th.
Okay.
So you have until then to decide if you want a Cricut. They're 50% off. Well, 40% off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great time to get one. And then on your supplies, there's typically a lot of sales on those.
Yep.
And again, you just got to shop it through because those sales can be up to 40% off. So it really takes a lot of the sting out of it. We've seen other things. It's like 40% off all Cricut supplies. We've seen like buy 2 rolls of vinyl, get 1 free. We've seen, if you're not super choosy, or you don't mind buying in bulk, like the vinyl is one thing that like they'll have like the white and black white vinyl and black vinyl packs. Again, not knowing what you're doing or what your plan is, because you can do a lot with it. Because you can do vinyl decal and iron on vinyl, and then there's all of the paper cutting, card cutting, as well as like the drawing writing functions. And if you happen to see, I will go ahead and back it because I think it's a cool product and I've loved using it every time I have. Foil quill. This is a big and, pun intended, hot topic in the Cricut community. Okay. Foil quill is a lovely adapter for your device. It is not made by Cricut. It is an aftermarket product by We Are Memory Keepers that plugs in to a USB charger because all the pins are USB based. And it will transfer heat-sensitive foil onto paper. Not supported by Cricut. They will actually tell you it voids your warranty. Meanwhile, seeing the popularity of all the people who said, I don't care that much about the warranty, like, how would you know unless I set it on fire? Which technically you can, but you got to be real dumb. No one's done it yet. But if you go ahead and, Cricut went ahead and released their own version of like an adhesive foil transfer that is not heat based. It's sort of like those god awful stickers. If you remember way back when, you would have the translucent sheets that were like kind of like, milky colored, and you would have the milky letters, and if you like really rubbed on them, they would transfer. Yeah, that's what Cricut's answer was to use a non-heat alternative that literally everyone hates.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Be careful with like getting too absorbed into the Cricut sphere.
All right, but if you're going Cricut sphere, do it cheaply. I don't think I've paid over $6 for your vinyl. Any of it.
No.
I always catch it on sale or in clearance. Cardstock's cheap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you find it on sale. Like, you don't have to use Cricut cardstock. They sell tons. It's all hideous.
Yeah.
Almost all. There's some pretty ones, but like their packs are expensive unless they're on sale.
Yeah, when you get a book, you can get the book on sale all the time.
Yeah.
But Devin, yes, we did get about 8 inches of snow, according to the Vlad perspective.
Oh, we did get a fair amount of snow, yes. And they scraped the road and it promptly snowed and covered it over.
Yep.
It's been a lot. And we are currently, or did we hit single digits yet?
We are on single digits. We are at 9 degrees.
We are at 9 degrees.
Yep.
So I don't think it's going to thaw out much for morning. However, later in the day, we should be melting off pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to get to 33.
Oh, no, sorry. It's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday it gets a whole 50 degrees. And I'm like, Sedona's calling my name. I think I need to go to Sedona. I need to go emphasize in Sedona, where it's 110 degrees today.
Oh, and I totally love my Cricut. Sorry to answer everyone's question. Yes, I do love my Cricut. For those of you who are Patreon sponsors that got with this before the week before Christmas, you did get a Christmas gift. Unfortunately, late subscribers did not. That was Cricut made.
Yeah.
So if you were wondering, and it's since some people may not have gotten their package yet.
Yeah.
Have we checked?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, arguably, at least someone hasn't gotten their package yet.
Yeah.
So we won't go talking about it, but yes, there is a certain circular object that was Cricut made. So yeah. And I will say, for those of you who've gotten it and seen it, I might have gotten just a tad advanced on myself with that one. I pushed that a little. I pushed the limit of my skills and abilities with cricket.
Well, I'm just glad we didn't have to call a concrete company.
What?
It was techie engineered.
Hey, I do not make concrete ornaments, but that's a thought. It's a thought.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, we hope you have a lovely holiday. Enjoy your evening. We will be back Tuesday.
We will.
I'm going to try. I may be able to get Mama Knight on camera while she's with us and do a Q&A if there's interest for it. I posted in the break room looking for questions.
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, one more Miku question.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hold on? Can she top the one? Does this top the last one before I read it? Woo! Y'all, buckle up. 22082. One more question. He said he didn't cheat, and I believe him. Could it be something else you were picking up?
Doubtful.
Okay, now hold on. Is there a possibility in this that this is one of those definition problems? Like this was an all but insertion moment.
All right. I'll break the cards down. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which is always the changing opinions. We have the Two of Swords, showing that there is issues that he isn't wanting to deal with. And then the final outcome is the Four of Cups, which shows him relaxing and drinking. So I say that if he hasn't cheated, he may say he hasn't, but it's showing cheat.
So basically, there's a possibility this was all but the D.
No.
Oh,
it's saying he's cheated on Stacy.
Ooh.
And there's issues there that needs to be dealt with.
Ooh, okay. Well, I see an episode of Tom and Jerry playing out in that house right now. And I don't think anyone got to be psychic for that one. Oh dear.
Anyhow, you guys have a great evening. Vanna, hit the show.
All righty. Well, of course, we want to thank our Patreon sponsors. We definitely appreciate your support. And those sponsors would be Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Ashley Gist. She is new. And the Crystal Lotus Shop, located at 89 Old Main Plaza in St. Albans, West Virginia. If you're in the area, make sure you stop in and check them out. Though not today or tomorrow, because she is taking a well-deserved break. But if you'd like to find out more about the show, about us, or how to become a Patreon sponsor, please visit PCSPnetwork.com.
Yes, and have a lovely evening, guys. We'll see you Tuesday. And then we'll be dealing with things through then. All right, y'all. Bye.
Goodbye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah. Have a cool Yule. Merry